Okay, hi guys, welcome to Defending Elvis. We're going to jump around a bit now. I want to go and make a coffee, so I'm going to press play on this video. It's another one of these AI videos. I'm going to press play, make my coffee, come back and forth. I've posted 2 videos on our video channel this morning. I'm a bit short of time, so I'm trying to get these done before my wife gets back with the kids. You know what it's like, guys. Got to keep the wife happy. So I'm going to press play. I'm going to make a lovely coffee. Just make sure that you guys can hear it okay.
That was the attraction. And, you know, people think, oh, it was sex, it was this. Not at all. I never had sex with him. He was very kind, very soft, very loving.
They never had sex with him, but there's obviously different views of that concerning Lisa Marie's book. She says it was around 18. Priscilla has always said they didn't have sex until the night of the wedding, which is bullshit. That's just my opinion for entertainment purposes. Let's just keep going.
But he also respected the fact I was only 14 years old.
Everyone wanted to be Elvis, and every girl wanted to be with him. But what happens when the one who was with him couldn't bear to touch him? On stage, Elvis was the king, electrifying, untouchable. Off stage, he was guarded, complicated, and hiding something most fans would never guess. His love story with Priscilla Presley was sold to the world as a dream come true, the teenage beauty who captured the heart of the biggest star on earth. But behind the glitter, behind the headlines, the truth was quieter, stranger, sadder. Priscilla and Elvis weren't just a couple, they were a myth in motion, a symbol of American glamour. But real life? It didn't follow the fantasy. Their connection started early, grew fast, and quickly turned into something far from romantic, something uncomfortable, even tragic, because this wasn't a love built on passion. It was a relationship built on illusion, control, distance. How does a man who could have anyone end up emotionally distant from the one who stayed by his side? And how does a young girl, barely more than a child, fall into a world where she's both idolized and invisible? This story isn't just about fame, it's about what happens when love is confused with possession, and when a woman's real self is buried under the weight of a man's fantasy.
Right, okay, so remember, I don't agree with any of this. This is artificial intelligent videos that keep popping up. I'm here to defend it all, yeah? I'm defending Elvis, Lisa Marie, Riley, Finney and Harper. So I please, to anybody watching these AI interview videos, there's a lot coming out now. Some defend Elvis, some trash Elvis, some defend Priscilla, some trash Priscilla. Take everything you see with a pinch of salt. Don't take it seriously, guys.
If you're ready for more of Hollywood's untold truths, the stories they didn't want you to hear, make sure to subscribe. Because today we're starting where the cameras never looked, inside the walls of Graceland. Priscilla Beaulieu was just a military kid. Her father had passed, her stepfather was in the Air Force, and they moved constantly. Germany was supposed to be just another stop, another year of being the quiet girl in the corner of someone else's high school. She wasn't flashy, she wasn't bold, she kept to herself. But that would all change with one surreal invitation. She was 14, just a 9th grader, and someone told her that Elvis Presley, yes, the Elvis Presley, wanted to meet her.
So, guys, remember, we're here to defend, yeah? She had been introduced to Elvis at 14, but there's another side to the story. She may have had a plan to meet Elvis and found out that Cary Grant knew Elvis, yeah? So, and she approached Cary Grant saying, please introduce me to Elvis, even offered him favors. This is all alleged for entertainment purposes. It's not a fact, just opinions. We're a discussion program. So that point is wrong. There wasn't a thing where Elvis wanted to meet a 14-year-old girl. It is not true.
Most people would think it was a joke, a hoax, but it wasn't. He really was stationed there, and he really did invite her to his house.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Someone approached Elvis, said, there's a girl that wants to meet you, blah, blah, blah.
Her parents were hesitant. Of course they were.
In the book Child Bride, it says that the mother was pushing for it, wanted it to happen, that Priscilla had planned it. Yeah. There was a premeditated plan to get to Elvis.
But Elvis was charming, polite. He called them personally, promised everything would be proper, supervised, and so Priscilla went.
So there's more to it. Obviously, you've got the version of Priscilla that she puts in her book. Yeah, Elvis and Me. But there's more to it. They did strike up a friendship, no sex, just the friendship. Elvis had other girlfriends in Bad Nauheim. I heard as many as 4 different girlfriends. So it's obvious Elvis had a friendship with Priscilla, very on and off. No one knows how many times they met each other. It was around a 6-month period. No one knows what went on behind closed doors. Let's keep going.
From the moment she walked through the door, her life changed. Elvis wasn't just a star, he was a force. Charismatic, magnetic, but also sad, moody, grieving. His mother had died.
So he was grieving, yeah? Less than a year earlier, I think, her mum, his poor mum, had died whilst he was doing basic training at Fort Hood. They say that he was sad. Well, of course, he was sad about losing his mother. But Elvis also had a very good time in Germany, made a lot of friends. He had friends and family living with him in the rented house in Bad Nauheim. So people try to paint out Elvis like he was lying in his bedroom crying over his mum every day, every night. Elvis did get on with his life, but yes, he was devastated. And Elvis never recovered properly from the death of his mum, from losing his dear mum Gladys. But he made the best of things. He made the best of things.
Died just a year before, and the loss had shaken him. Priscilla, young, quiet, and gentle, reminded him of home, of
Right, well, I don't know if that's true, but let me just get my coffee. 1 second, guys. Coffee, some milk in. Okay. Okay. Right, I have no idea what Mum's got planned for tonight, but you know, Rio, you know, Mum, when she's hungover, what does she always want? Big one. Good. Big one. Always. Very predictable. Guaranteed. If I would say we'll have it, almost definitely. That's really the one. Okay, sorry guys, just making my coffee. My son's in the background doing his thing. So let's just keep going.
peace. She wasn't loud or demanding, she just was. And for her, he was everything. A fantasy made real. The way he looked at her, spoke to her, treated her like she mattered. It was overwhelming.
Just bullshit, guys. Are you falling for this? This is the AI bullshit videos. Who is the channel? Let's have a look who it is. It is Rock and Roll History. So, you know, I'll be honest with you guys, I'm not a massive fan of Rock and Roll History's videos. Some of them defend Elvis. Some of them trash Elvis. This one seems to be making Elvis out to be some kind of paedophile, which is just ridiculous. Let's keep listening.
Even then, there were signs. Elvis didn't just want company, he wanted control. He asked her to dye her hair black, just like his.
Did you see that? That was David Soul. Look at that. Did you see that? Why is David Soul in this? This is how you know that they're AI videos, AI generated videos. You see David Soul?
A joke, a hoax, but it wasn't. He really was stationed there.
I mean, I'm a big fan of David Soul.
And he really did invite her to his house. Her parents were hesitant. Of course they were.
Bullshit.
But Elvis was charming, polite. He called them personally, promised everything would be proper, supervised, and so Priscilla went. From the moment she walked through the door, her life changed.
The reason I'm playing these is to show people, stop watching these ridiculous videos and believing them. Yeah, yesterday we had a disagreement with a subscriber. a subscriber that does a lot of research, yeah, that's read a lot of books, but that subscriber is falling for these fake bullshitty videos. Let me just get some. We're here to expose these videos and go against them. That is our purpose. So 1 second, guys, I'll be with you now. Okay, right. Right. Do, 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 do. Okay, guys. So, some people are a bit gullible. Some people can be a bit naive. No offense. And they watch things like this and they believe it. These things are being done to make money, to get subscribers, likes, views. People send membership money, super thank yous. This is all about making money. It's not about the truth. It's about twisting the truth, exaggerating the truth. Obviously, Elvis has a massive following. So does Priscilla. And this is a way of making money on YouTube. Let's keep going.
Elvis wasn't just a star, he was a force. Charismatic, magnetic, but also sad, moody, grieving. His mother had died
Why were you there?
just a year before, and the loss had shaken him. Priscilla, young, quiet, and gentle, reminded him of home.
Well, I think she was quiet and gentle when he met her, but was it an act?
Of peace. She wasn't loud or demanding, she just was. And for her, he was everything. A fantasy made real. The way he looked at her, spoke to her, treated her like she mattered. It was overwhelming. But even then, there were signs. Elvis didn't just want company, he wanted control.
Here we go. Remember, this is all part of the bullshit that was in this book. She was some kind of porcelain doll, but he forced her how to dress, do her makeup, how to walk, how to talk, how to act, how to do her hair. It's all bollocks. We've actually proved all of these things wrong. We've proved it, guys. It's all bullshit. She dressed herself. She did her own makeup. She loved her beehive hair. Don't fall for it. So there's David Soul. It just shows you that there must be some kind of computer programs that are creating this rubbish.
He asked her to dye her hair black, just like his.
No, he didn't.
He didn't like loud makeup, only soft, doll-like features.
Well, that doesn't make sense if he liked all the big, thick, black eyeliner.
He commented on her clothes, her walk, her voice.
Well, yeah, because all men do. All men will stand in front of a lady and say, and if they're asked, say, oh, that looks good. That looks nice. My wife did it last night. She put on some jeans. She said, do these suit me? She put on a black top. Does this suit me? It's completely normal. Doesn't make me controlling.
Slowly, subtly, he began shaping her into the image he wanted.
No, she was growing up herself. Remember, he briefly meets her for months in Germany. They're just friends, which Priscilla has said many times. There was no sex. They were just friends. He doesn't see her for 2 years and 3 months. She eventually goes over to Graceland when she's 18, more or less 18. She dressed herself. She did her own makeup, hair. She knew how to walk and talk. She knew how to be a human being. She wasn't 5. She was 18, more or less.
To the outside world, it looked like a dream. But inside, it was something else. He was the king. She was the porcelain figure beside him.
Oh, the word porcelain gets used. No surprise. So this is all part of the brainwashing of bullshit people that literally just want to trash Elvis at his cost, damaging his image and reputation. Now remember, when we discuss these kind of things, where does it all come from? Where his narrative, where is it all coming from? It's from this book, Elvis and Me, this book of lies, this trash book, this rewriting of history, this rewriting of the truth. I don't believe a word in that book. Everything I say in this program is for entertainment purposes, not a fact, just an opinion. We are a discussion program.
On display, untouched. As the months passed, they kept seeing each other. She'd sneak off to visit, sometimes for hours, sometimes overnight. Rumors spread, but Elvis denied anything inappropriate. Still,
Such bullshit. Such bullshit. Elvis didn't want to sleep with a girl that he had very strong moral views about age, about marriage. He was a Christian man. It's bullshit.
the age gap couldn't be ignored. She was still a child. He was 10 years older. But
I agree she was a child, but I will also add this. In the 1950s, the average age of marrying a girl or getting or having a girlfriend was very different. Very different. It was actually very normal to get married at 16, 17, 18 in the 1950s and 60s. I don't agree with it, but it was very normal.
Somehow the world turned a blind eye because it was Elvis. When he
Turned a blind eye to what? When Elvis married Priscilla, she was 22. This is a disagreement I had the other day, but eventually, with some help from you guys, she married 3 weeks after her 22nd birthday. So this video is trying to give the impression that Elvis married a child. No, Elvis never married a child. When she moved to Graceland, she was basically 18. So everything this video is trying to tell us to portray Elvis as a pedophile is bullshit.
returned to the U.S., they kept in touch. Calls, letters, promises. And after high school, she moved to Memphis, to his world. Graceland was a palace, and she, still a teenager,
Lucky her. Lucky her. And so what if she was a teenager? She was 18.
was expected to fit into it. Elvis said
No, she wasn't. Priscilla went there, had complete freedom, had a car, mixed with friends and family, could invite friends and family, including obviously her parents. She could do what she wanted. She had different lessons for different things, different hobbies. She had complete freedom at Graceland.
the rules. No going out, no friends without approval. She dressed the way he liked, kept her hair the way he liked, and lived in a bubble.
No, she didn't dress the way he liked. She didn't keep her hair the way he liked. I don't actually think Elvis even liked the beehive hair. I don't think it was a big thing for him. This is bullshit.
Of fantasy.
So it says she lived in a bubble of fantasy. No, she lived with a celebrity, the most famous man in the world, who needed 24-hour protection, who could not go anywhere without being mobbed. So they lived in the celebrity world. All of the massive celebrities, even to this day, have to live in a bubble of protection for fear of death threats, fear of being mobbed wherever they go. This is why Elvis did a lot of the things that he wanted to do at night, because during the day he was mobbed.
To the public, they were perfect. But behind closed doors, the cracks were showing. Elvis didn't touch her. Not in the way a couple normally would. He kept her close, emotionally and physically, but always at a distance. He'd kiss her, hold her, but never cross a certain line.
Good, that bit's correct.
For years, she waited, wondered, was she not enough?
No, that's not true. That's bullshit. He didn't see her for years. Elvis comes back in 1960 from Bad Newheim to America to get on with his life, the Frank Sinatra show, to film GI Blues. Yes, 100% Elvis, it does seem that he was seeing other women, co-stars, other girlfriends, still seeing Anita Wood for a while, couple of years, yeah? So, no, this is bullshit. This is bullshit. Eventually, when she does move over, yes, I do think Elvis was seeing other women. I have to accept that. Between 1963 and 1966, I do think Elvis had other girlfriends. He wasn't married, he wasn't engaged, he wasn't ready to settle down. So, yes, there's a grey area there where Elvis was still seeing other women. But she was not a child. She was 18, 19, 20, 21.
Did she do something wrong? But the truth was deeper. Elvis had a complicated relationship with intimacy, with women.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. This is bullshit. He didn't want to have sex with her when she was very young, until she got older. It sounds to me like the first time they had sex, she was 18. That's completely normal. Completely normal.
With control. He once told Priscilla that he couldn't be with a woman who was a mother.
No, he didn't. That's bullshit. That never happened. The girls that Elvis was seeing during and after Priscilla had had babies. It's bullshit. I do think there is a thing where when Elvis was a teenager, when Elvis was very young, he didn't like the thought of being with a married woman as well as a woman that had a child, because he was a kid, he was a teenager, he was in his early 20s. So Elvis, once he got older, had no problem with a woman if she had a child. Obviously, Elvis, we're not going to whitewash him. Elvis enjoyed female companionship even during the marriage. But you got to remember, so did Priscilla. Priscilla was also being unfaithful. Yeah? Everyone thinks Elvis was the bad guy. Priscilla was up to it as well. They were both up to no good. We've proved that Priscilla was faithful at least twice because it's in her book. She admits Steve Peck, the dance instructor, she calls him Mark, and then later we have admission of seeing secretly for a year Mike Stone, the karate champion.
That once a woman became a caregiver, the desire vanished. And he meant it. Even after they married, things didn't change. He had created her, mapped her life, shaped her image.
Such a load of bullshit. He had created her, mapped her life. Guys, does anyone fall for this crap? You know, unfortunately, people have fallen for this iconic, perfect marriage. The truth is, guys, their marriage was an absolute joke. Their marriage was a joke. It's very possible that Elvis was forced to marry. But I actually think even Priscilla, she wasn't ready for marriage. She wasn't ready to be a mother. I really believe that.
But love, intimacy, those were never part of the plan. To him,
Bullshit. But yes, Elvis wasn't ready to settle down. Yeah, I agree with that. I don't think she was either. She liked the men. Priscilla liked the men. For entertainment purposes, just an opinion, we're having a discussion program.
Priscilla wasn't just a partner. She was an idea. The eternal girl he could protect, possess, and admire, but never truly connect with.
Ugh, what a load of bollocks. You need to go and watch the videos, guys. I do think Priscilla and Elvis had some good time, but I also think they were both not ready to be in a family, to have a child.
And for Priscilla, that meant years of confusion, guilt, and silence.
Nah, it meant seeing other men. Within 3 months of Lisa Marie being born, she was seeing the dance instructor. 18 months after that, she was secretly shagging Mike Stone, the karate champion. She had already made up her mind she was going to divorce Elvis. So no, there was a period in the 60s, between 63, 62-ish, 3, and 66, before they got engaged at Christmas in 66, where Elvis was seeing other people as well. But I've heard rumours that Priscilla was seeing other people as well. Do you see what I'm saying here, guys? They just weren't right for each other.
She couldn't talk about it. Who would believe her? How could she explain that the man who had everything, the women, the fame, the fortune, didn't want her the way she hoped?
Bullshit.
That behind the velvet curtains of Graceland, she was more alone than ever? And yet...
She was not alone, guys. Could you imagine how busy Graceland was? The amount of people around Graceland, friends and family and the wives of the Memphis Mafia and the Memphis Mafia. This lady was a busy girl.
She stayed. Because that's what young girls do when they're taught.
She stayed because she chose to stay.
That love means sacrifice. That loyalty means silence. She believed in him, loved him, and hoped that someday, somehow, he'd open up, that he'd see her, not as an idea, but as a woman.
Okay, so that's quite a big thing. Did Priscilla love Elvis? It's very complicated. Obviously, we've got infatuation as well, but it's complicated, guys. You have to look at her actions. Did she love him? Remember, the life that she moved to from Bad Nauheim in Germany was very basic. I think she wasn't in Bad Nauheim. She was in that other place. Oh, what's it called? Wiesburg, is it? Wiesburg. Pretty close to Bad Nauheim. But my point is this. I think, Elvis Presley, I could be with Elvis Presley. Oh, I could get to go to Graceland. I could live that life that he lives. Elvis, the most famous man on the planet. So, were they in love? I don't know. I really don't know. Were they in love? Many would say no. Things change once Lisa Marie's born as well, because obviously you see people differently when they're the mother of your child. It's complicated.
But that day never came. When Priscilla finally moved into Graceland, it wasn't the dreamy fairy tale she'd imagined. Sure, the mansion was grand and Elvis was still the king of rock and roll, but this wasn't a love story where two people grew together. It was more like a set, a script, and Elvis had already written every line.
Oh, what a load of bullshit. She had the time of her life. She moved from a very basic existence in Wiesburg, whatever it's called, with her parents, to a glamorous life, a life that celebrities live in, a mansion Could you imagine how amazing her life was? She had loads of freedom. No one told her how to dress and do her makeup or hair. She literally had the time of her life.
Priscilla was there to play a part, and that part didn't allow her to speak up, grow up, or act out.
What's a load of bullshit? I actually think by the time Priscilla moved to Graceland, she was very grown up. She was nearly 18. She had had a very experienced life. If you look at Child Bride, it discusses and writes out the things that she did, the type of life she was living before she comes over to Graceland. Don't fall for it, guys. Don't think that Priscilla was this 14-year-old virgin that was living at Graceland. She was not. She was 18, more or less, and she had had a lot of experiences. Could you imagine yourself at 18, the life that you've lived by the time you get to 18? So don't fall for this crap.
From the very beginning, Elvis made it clear this relationship would be on his terms. Nothing was left to chance, and certainly not to Priscilla's own desires. Her wardrobe, he chose what she wore, favoring modest feminine outfits that matched.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. It's such crap. This is the thing that was in the Priscilla film. Yeah, Sofia Coppola's trash movie that was based on this book that was literally a massive flop and got almost all its facts incorrect. Elvis didn't pick out Priscilla's hair and Priscilla's clothing and tell her how to do her hair and makeup. Now, did Priscilla put clothing on and ask Elvis's opinion? Yeah, maybe, of course. We all do it. I do it. Even I do it. I'll put on something. I'll say to my wife, does this suit me? Yesterday, she put on something and asked me, does it suit me? It doesn't mean that I pick it and control what she did.
His vision. Her makeup. He directed every detail, down to how much eyeliner she could apply. The people she saw, the friends she kept. Only
no, none of that happened.
If he approved, and when she expressed
not true.
Even the smallest sign of independence, whether it was an opinion, a request, or simply wanting a bit of space, it was quietly but firmly dismissed.
It's so funny. Her book moans about how Elvis would go away for months on end, yeah, making the movies, which is true, yeah. But guys, she had plenty of freedom to do what she wanted. She could literally do whatever she wanted. She was never alone.
Priscilla wasn't a partner in the traditional sense. She was being shaped into a symbol.
No, she wasn't. Sorry, guys. I'm choking on my coffee. She wasn't being shaped. She wasn't anything. She just had an amazing life as a living like royalty, living like a Kennedy at Graceland and other homes as well. Yeah. The life Priscilla had was amazing. She had different things that she wanted. People blame Elvis for the breakup because of his unfaithfulness, him being away. She had her own aspirations for career, for the future, what she wanted out of life, other men. Now, if my wife turns up, guys, I'm going to have to come back to a part 2. I'll come back to a part 2, guys. Who is that? Right, part 2 coming, guys. I'll see you for part